normal to operate in somebody's house by force. When the owner of the house tells you to leave, you don't want to, you refuse to leave. And I phone what type of disrespect is that one? But do you think this is Somalia? Do you think this is Pakistan or wherever you come from, where you can just, how you can just, you people are literally doing as you please in a foreign land?
They went to march against us, fighting for our children. They went to march. So in this case, you can call your march.
You're not going to hijack our houses. You're not going to hijack the economic space that South Africans are supposed to operate.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
Every single person is rejecting Somalians. Every single country knows that these people they are something else. If these people can come to the whole US and commit all of this fraud and still claim that they own America, they built America, they made Americans strive, which other country can these people not just colonize and take over? Honestly. And that is why you are seeing a lot of rejection from different countries. Now look at this video I just rolled out for you guys before I am dropping this particular commentary, where you literally see this Somalian guy do not want to leave someone's compound, someone's house, someone's property. It's just a whole lot to do with these people. But anyways, I have a lot to say at the end of this video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And with that being said, let's dive right into this video. And I'll be back with commentaries.
Because Somali is in Africa, we're supposed to support every bullshit they're doing? No. Well, if that is the case, then I can choose not to identify as an African. This is totally uncalled for. We need to be holding people accountable. Just because Somalis don't even identify as Africans anyways. So I'm not so sure why we're supposed to support Somali. America is a very beautiful country. Most of us immigrants really love it in this country, and I'm not going to support Somalia in trying to ruin that chance for us and other people. If they are so disrespectful and they can't change their ways because they've always been, then that's not on me, that's on them. They chose their path. Now they are reaping what they sow. First of all, Somali people are so racist towards the African people and the black people. Right now, they want to identify as black people, which is a lie. They want us to defend and get in between the war that they started. We are not going to do that. They've never identified as black people. They should keep it like that. Yeah. Anyways, I love my black Americans. I love my white Americans. I love every American person. And I want the Americans to invite me for Christmas so I can go hang out with them and we can gossip about how much we want the Somali people to leave the country they don't like and go back to Somalia to make it great again.
Somalis deny Africanity. They do not want to be identified as African. They want to be Arabs. And the Arabs are pushing them. There's a dilemma here. You see, there's identity crisis here now. I don't have identity crisis. I'm an African, and there are so many Africans in Africa. I don't have identity crisis. You can call me whatever you want. But I have identity. You do not have identity now because the Arabs have refused you. They are telling you, ya Abid. And you're better off to accept me as your brother rather than going to an Arab.
Somalia has been excluded from Kenya's new visa-free travel policy, and many people are outraged, while citizens from most African and Caribbean nations can now enter Kenya without a visa. Somalis have been specifically left out. Both countries are members of the East African community, which makes this decision even more controversial. Kenyans online argue that the exclusion is based on security concerns, but many Somalis view it as discrimination. One netizen commented, "If we are building a visa-free Africa, it must include all Africans." The Somali government states that this issue goes beyond just visas. It pertains to respect, dignity, and whether Somalia is being treated as an equal partner in the region. Should Kenya reconsider this decision?
Shut the door, lock it, throw away the key. I'm not interested in moral grandstanding when it comes to national security and the safety of Australian people. Government must protect its citizens first. Period. And no, I don't care if that sounds insensitive. Yeah, I don't even accept the 0.0001% chance that a person who has come from a terrorist region, then comes to Australia, imports extremist ideology, and therefore poses a threat to Australian people. People need to be honest about the realities of Gaza and Somalia. These are active conflict zones run by extremist groups. The identity records and documentation on people who live in these countries are extremely weak, making it very difficult to vet them. Meaning we can't guarantee that they haven't been indoctrinated by extremist ideology. These are also societies where extremist Islamist ideology has been instilled in people since birth. And no, it doesn't mean that everyone living in these places are radicals, it just means the risk environment is fundamentally different. And pretending otherwise is naive and stupid. If there is not 110% confidence that every single person migrating to this country is not linked to any extremist ideology, then I don't want them here. Sorry, like
Previous video I covered why some Americans dislike Somalians, and today I'm going to cover why some Africans dislike or even hate Somalis. Personally, I don't, but I hate Somalia. That one I've said it countless times. But why do some people hate or dislike Somalis? That comes down to a very simple factor, right? And that is, it's because Somali nationalism is freaking hateful, right, towards other Africans, right? When you think, there's a word in Somalia, right, that they tend to use. It's a word called Bantu. A Bantu, in a literal sense, a Bantu it's like a group of people who speak a Bantu language, right? There's a lot of them in Africa, but it's not everyone. But in Somalia, Bantu literally means anyone who's African and is not from Ethiopia or Horn of Africa, right? So if you're Maasai, if you're Luya, if you're Khoisan, or heck, even if you're Nigerian who are not Bantu, you all can consider Bantu. And that's because Bantu is not, in Somalia, Bantu is not a real word. It's not a literal word that describes a language group, but rather describes the other Africans, who in this sense are supposed to be the inferior ones, right? And that's why, and it has a dark history, right? And that's because Somalia used to participate in the slave trade, which is freaking crazy, right? Now, obviously we can't judge the sins of the son. No, we can't judge the son based on the sins of the parent, right? So most people would actually not have a problem with Somalis just because they had slaves in the past. But the thing about Somali nationalism, and that's the reason why there's a lot of hate towards Somalis, is because Somalis are one of the few groups of people in the world who actually celebrate slavery. They're like, hey, we're so great. We used to enslave Bantus, right? You'll see that all over Twitter. Just look it up. And you'll even see on my post, they call me a Don. If you read through my comment sections, you'll happen to stumble upon that word, right? And that's because, and it's hateful. It's a hateful word, right? Slavery is not. I mean, there's no place in the world where slavery is viewed positively, unless it's in Somalia and very few other places, right? And they also have other discriminatory words such as Jarer, which they love to call me. Oh my God, they love to call me that word. If you go through my previous posts, you'll also see that freaking word. It's crazy, right? And so that's why when lately Somalis have been receiving a lot of hate, and I saw there was a lady on my comment section from my previous video who was like, "Hey, why are African Americans and Somalis and other Africans not stepping up for Somalis?" And the truth is, the true answer to that question is that why would they, right? All these past years, Somalians and Somalis have been hurling, slurs and insults to other Africans. So why the heck would they step up for Somalis? So I don't know. Like I said, personally, even though they call me Jarer all day, I mean, I don't really care, right? But then again, it does have impact, right? At the end of the day, when someone who's not Somali goes through, say, my comment section, or even just through the internet and sees Somalis posting all this heinous contents, their perception on Somalis change, right? So even if this guy doesn't even know any Somalis, if he sees all the hateful comments being spewed online, then he kind of says, hey, this guys, why would I want to defend these guys if they insult me? So yeah, that gives a little explanation about why other Africans are not stepping.
Huge shift in Africa's refugee landscape as Uganda has stopped granting refugee status to new arrivals from Eritrea, Ethiopia and Somalia. Reason being, the Ugandan government says that these countries are no longer war zones, so asylum claims are being limited, which is a surprise to many as Uganda used to be praised for its decades-long open-door refugee policy. But international funding has dropped sharply, straining not only their food supplies, but also their shelter and healthcare services. This new change has affected thousands who are already planning to go there, leaving many new arrivals.
Enemy is not Ruto, as Kikuyus.
Our enemy is none.
Is the Somalis. The economical empowerment. So let us not go and address the issues of Ruto. Let us go and address the economical issues. What is this that is making Kikuyus lose the clout, lose the power? Is because of finances, the control of the finances. We are manipulated. We have been suppressed, and everything that we used to call ours has been taken off by the Somalis. They have taken Isili, they have taken South Bees, they have taken all places that we had. They are in Molanga, they are in Kamku,
they are all over actually.
They are in Nyeri, all over, and they are taking the prime properties and the prime positions where the Kikuyu used to dominate. So that is the greatest enemy of our future.
Kenya's announced visa-free entry for all African countries except for two. The two countries being Libya and Somalia. The reason being due to security threats. Like, I don't get it at all. Literally, most of Africa, is in some sort of instability, war-torn or humanitarian crisis type situation. Now, whether it was made by them, caused by them, is a different story. Regardless, in Nigeria, you got Boko Haram kidnapping school kids in that during half term. In Ethiopia, they're going through famines and alleged G-sides and that. Literally, Sudan is in a civil war right now. In Burkina Faso, Mali and Nigeria, they got T groups causing harm and stuff like, bro, like. So to be banning Somalia for security issues, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, this guy is not a threat, fam. Literally, he's way safer than Boko Haram. He's much safer than quite a few people who you're giving visa-free access to your country, bro. It's ridiculous, fam. Ridiculous and hypocritical. We need some justice for Somalia.
If Ruto agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya, we are going to the streets. We do not want those in Kenya. They need to get deported to Somalia, Mogadishu, where they want to be. Ruto, you are warned. Do not try that at home. We will go
to kill somebody who insults Muhammad.
Yeah, because she is just, she hates the religion, I understand. But she shouldn't pick up the prophet,
Now, this is why some Americans were not happy with the statement they made. People feel that if you're living in someone else's country, a country that welcomed you, offered you safety, freedom and opportunities, then it's expected that you follow that country's laws. That's what some Americans find frustrating. They believe that while everyone should be free to practice their beliefs, the laws of the land should still apply. Others have a calmer view. They say this doesn't need to cause conflict. If someone feels that American law doesn't align with their beliefs, then perhaps the best thing is to live in their home country.
Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And do you find most of your friends feel the same way?
Yeah, of course.
If President John Mahama agree to take these deported Somalians into Ghana, we are also going to go to the street, of course. I agree with you, my sister. And you know, sometimes I say that you need to leave the African experience to understand certain things. Now we hear what is happening in Minnesota, and we are not even saying that Trump is right or wrong. That is not what some of us are even talking about. But we are thinking, or we are watching how you are coming online and trolling Black Americans and trolling and making fun of whatever is happening. And you have some Africans supporting you to do whatever you are doing. Now they are deporting you. Now they are tracing your IP addresses because you said Minnesota was promised to you 3,000 years ago. We come online to do live streams and we tell you to stop, because if you don't stop, it will affect you and it will affect a lot of Africans. Now it is even affecting Ethiopians. How dare you go to somebody's country? You have some of these diasporans supporting you. At the end of the day, these people are Black Americans. They will not be deported. You will be deported. So to those of you giving these people the energy and the engine to keep doing whatever they are doing, you see that they are supporting them. So do you think you are helping them or you are destroying them? And I don't even understand why is that when people are being deported, their own country doesn't want to accept them. If your own country doesn't want to accept you, why should another country accept you? President John Mahama, no one yes I mistake we. Somebody who will come to my platform and call me a monkey. I guess I'm a nice monkey then. You see, they are deporting you. And now they are looking for African countries to actually really accept you. I am not saying that all Somalis, I am not saying that all the communities are doing it. But what you are doing on this app and what you are doing on this internet, you even say you don't need our help. So which means we cannot even speak. But at the end of the day, when they deport you, you are coming to our countries. This is not acceptable. If you're Somali and then you are listening. And I know they will come to this video in the comment with their shenanigans. You understand? So if you're a Ghanaian, please listen. Be careful. Let's keep watching and let's keep talking. If they don't know, because I've stopped, I'm not even going live about Somalians again, because they will come and insult me. They will come and call me monkey. They will come and call me weak. You see? And this is what I say. You are only tough online, but when the law catches with you, then you will know where you are going to be. You are here calling people Jarrell, and it is affecting almost all the Africans. And some of us, the sensible ones, when we are talking, you come and insult us. But I don't blame you. You have some Black Americans, you have some Caribbean people who will support you. We are all Africans. At the end of the day, you are going to be deported, and we are going to feel the heat.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And you guys have literally seen all of the clips that I've literally rolled out for you guys. Let me get a spot to sit. Now that I'm fully seated, I'm sorry, just manage my video. I'm just coming back from church. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you, okay? And let's just be honest, right? You see these Somalians, I'm sorry to say, and I'm sorry to use the word, I feel like Somalians are one of the people that is really, really making a lot of countries not to even accept other people, because at the end of the day you find out that the moment you help the Somalians, the moment the Somalians have their head put in one particular place, it now becomes a problem for them to realize that that place they're actually staying is not their home. And coupled with the fact that Somalians always love to brag that their belt countries, they like to improve a lot of people's country and are not even willing to go back to their own, is now more surprising. I honestly wish Somalians can do well as at this point, because at the end of the day, instead of getting good name, they are getting more of bad name. I can just tell you for a whole fact. Just imagine countries like Africans also rejecting Somalians. Even in the video that I have to roll out for you guys, you can literally hear where this man was literally saying that Somalians said they're Arab, so they should go for Arab for help. That Somalians should have been coming to Kenya, South Africa, or any other place for help, because all of those places are African and they have literally denied being Africa. They have literally denied being black themselves. They have literally denied every single thing that is associated with black. So the only thing they should do right now is to get a location for themselves in the Arabian countries. Am I right or wrong? The good news is that a lot of them right now are receiving a wake up call, because let it make sense to me, like that first clip that I wrote out for you guys, where you literally hear this South African woman saying, "We gave you a home here, and then we are saying you should leave, and you are saying you are not leaving." Is that how you people do in your country? Do you people just want to just take place forcefully by not even telling the person or recognizing the owner of the property? And the man was automatically muted, because this was how these people started coming one after the other in Minnesota, starting from the war that was literally happening in their country, that America decided to now help them and keep them as refugees. And from there, they started bringing their people one way or the other. And right now, they can literally claim and hit their chest to tell you that Minnesota was promised to them 4,000 to 3,000 years ago. In fact, why it was actually named Minnesota was because it's from Somalia. And then you go again seeing their queen mother, which is the Ellen Omar, trying to tell us that there is nothing that will make her leave America, no matter how hard Americans are trying. And at the end of the day, after all of this scam that she's supposed to be looking into and being like, "Oh, America, we are sorry that we have failed you people. How do we make